Well, hello and welcome again to the Pastor's Study. I'm Ray Burlett, and I'm glad to be with you today. We're continuing our journey through James, and we're up to James chapter 2, and we're taking a look at verses 14 through 17, and in this passage, he's talking about the combination. He's beginning to talk about that combination of faith and works, how they blend together. He says, what use is it? He puts this question out. What use is it if you say you have faith, but there's nothing to substantiate that faith? There's no work behind it. There's nothing that you do. He says, is that the kind of faith that saves you? And he's causing us and challenging us to examine our hearts and say, and really giving us that warning to say, you know what, we can't just sit down and say, well, I have this faith, and that's all I need. He says, well, if you have that faith, it's going to come out in your life, in what you do, how you live in the world. It's going to come out in the way that you work and the things that you do for the Lord, because it's going to be the kind of faith that stimulates you to do godly things. He says, you know, you shouldn't be looking at somebody and saying, oh, I see a person in need, I see a person hungry, and he says, well, you know, go, have a good day. He says, no, if you really have faith, then you should have a desire, a burden to do something about it. He says, that faith, if it has no works, that faith is a dead faith. It's not alive, and it's worthless. He says, you need to look at how you live, and if you say you love the Lord, then you need to look at how that love for the Lord comes out in your life. Do you step up to the plate? Do you care about what's going on? Or do you just ignore it, run away from it? I fear that if you say, I have faith, and you do nothing with that faith, according to James, I believe what you have is a dead, useless faith. Examine your life. Examine how you live for the Lord. You can tell if your faith is alive and well. Till next time in the Pastor's Study, I'm Ray Bertolette.